I'm on top of the game, I've been talking a lot, now I'm tossing your bait. Yeah, my pops got caught, didn't lock them away. My mom fought hard, 5 jobs in a day. I'll be dropping the box, and I'm copping the pain. We off to the stars of a tropical place. Ooh, yeah, I'm spitting it heavy, the mission is steady. Your bitch is a jelly, I'm ditching the petty. You're digging for pennies, I'm itching and ready. I open my heart when I listen to Shetty. I'm bold like a boss, but I'm little like Debbie. I know what the boss, I got richer than Getty. I'm holding the guap and I'm whipping the Yeti, yeah, Kari can play with advanced moves. I'm fucking my girl and her man too. I'm taking the ball like the Rand do. My soul is the one that I can't lose. I soak up the sun like a sand dune. I'm holding up love with the bamboo. I'm rolling the blunt by the candle. Taking the game, running it back without taking a drink. Yeah, I'm the one and I'm making a wave. Rolling the blunt and I'm blazing a J. I'm escaping the brain, go straight for the cake. I'ma take to the bank, not taking a break. I'm made for the race, I pray for the day. I wake with a bake in a great estate. Are you living in a box? I'm bigger than a box. I'm spitting to supply my bread. My vision on the top is living like a boss when I kick it in a nice white jet. I'm quicker with the bars, I'm wishing with a one. Yeah, I'm dipping to the bar, I guess. I'm switching like LeBron when I spit it in song. My mission is to try my best. Taking a stab, but I came with a bat. I be chasing to grab my goals. If you hate in the back and you ain't with the facts, don't be faking and act like bros.
Welcome back to MMA Underground, your favorite part of Tuesday. I'm one half the dynamic duo known as Buddy V, killing it with the one and only
Sam K. And man, once again, we got 2 phenomenal guests in the building. All the way from Streetbeefs OG Yard, we have the one, the only El Mapache in the building. And all the way from Power Slap, crossing the waters from Scrapyard, we have Busta Nutting in the building.
What up, guys?
How y'all feeling?
It's all good here.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, good. Wow, Ryan couldn't wait, huh? Couldn't wait.
Hey, had to get on it.
Yeah, to get it out.
We got two people who put on a show, no matter what. That when you watch them, you're gonna be excited and you love it. And yeah, man, I'm excited. And I'll just, if that's the case, I'll start off real quick with you, Mapache. How's it kind of feel? Because I love looking through your fights. I saw Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson reacted to a couple different of your fights, not just one. How's it feel to know a UFC star reacted to multiple of your fights?
Ooh, it's crazy. I still don't believe it. It felt like a dream watching it. Like, oh God, man. But it's like this platform of Street Beefs. It's like not amateur MMA, but it's so low. But the pros still watch it and they're still interested in it. So it was awesome. It was awesome for that.
Yeah, both of you guys have been in some bangers. I caught up on both of you guys' fights earlier today. And man, I haven't seen a non-entertaining fight from either one of you guys.
Appreciate it. Appreciate
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I wanted to ask both of you guys. Let's start with you, Mapache, and then we'll move to Busta. Let's talk about the name. What they mean. Where did it come from? How did we get it?
Okay. So El Mapache is Spanish. It means the raccoon in Spanish. And man, I was just gonna go with my name, John Michael, for Street Beefs. That would have been a horrible mistake. Thank fuck I didn't do that. Oh God, that would have been so gross. It would have been a different vibe entirely. But
yeah,
the way I came up with the name, I went to vacation in Panama. My mom is from Panama, so I went there and I was looking at like the harbor. There was a boat there in the harbor, and there was a raccoon in the little driver's seat of the boat. And I was like, oh, yes, I got the name. and then immediately it came to me, and I was like, this is the one. It's because I didn't want to go as a El Tigre or like El León, like something manly. No. I'm a raccoon. That's what I am, and it's perfect. Please, like that.
That makes sense because I saw the most randomest raccoon comment under one of your fights, and I didn't understand what. I was like, are they stupid? Why are they talking about raccoons? They said something like they're fighting for every raccoon, like everyone. Yeah. I'm like, what?
Yeah, every time I see like a dead raccoon on the side of the road, I'm like, I will avenge you. I'm very strict about it.
Hell yeah. What about you, Busta Nutting? I mean, I'm very curious.
So I've had Busta Nutting since the beginning of my fight career back in 2011. I had my very first amateur fight and I knocked the guy out in 38 seconds, and my coach is like, Busta, that's his fucking fight name right there. Like, it was, I threw the guy in like a triangle. He tried lifting me up from the triangle. I shifted my legs, and my legs slammed his head down into the mat, and his face hit the mat and knocked him out. And it was about 38 seconds into the fight. He's like, Busta nutting. That's what we're going with. And for Scrapyard, I brought it back because Power Slap said I'm not allowed to use it because it's not professional, and the TV won't like it. So instead, for Power Slap, I'm Juggernaut, but because they also said I couldn't use Can't Stop, Won't Stop, because, you know, Can't Stop, Won't Stop nutting doesn't sound good either.
Well, isn't that like licensed or copywritten? Can't stop, won't stop. Well, I believe that's a song or a trademark phrase.
I don't know. They just don't like it with nutting, because if you put nutting afterwards, it doesn't sound good, I guess. Same with Busta. I mean, Busta's trademarked. You have Busta Rhymes and you have Buster Douglas and stuff. I mean,
Right.
They're scared you'll bring back that old school. You'll walk up and be like, ooh.
DJ
Bro,
X.
honestly, before like meeting you, talking to you and everything, your name alone is what drew me to wanting to press play. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see why they missed out on that opportunity.
Politics.
Yeah.
Press.
It was a good
HR.
Dang. But I mean, it really would draw that many more eyes, because then, I mean, how many people bring it in? Like, we're like, people, oh, I don't like that name. I want to see him get knocked out, and then you'll have twice as many viewers right there. Just bam.
I don't get knocked out. That doesn't happen.
But I was gonna ask too, with having tough opponents and everything else. You know, you both are very vibrant personalities. You both bring a lot to the cage, and one of the things I was gonna ask was El Mapache, and I'll come to you after busting that in, was El Mapache. When you fought was it 717 Static? He brought a lot of the same energy to that. Did you kind of feel like you had to be on the defensive, or you had to come out the gate running to make sure that, you know, you kept it on par? Because I felt like you both were just up here right out the gate, and it was like pretty even at the get-go.
Oh, I love this dude, man. I'm really good friends with him now. When we met at the center of the cage, I was gonna touch gloves, very happy, but then he just kept running for me, and he started spinning around. I was like, oh shit, oh man. But really, I just wanted to use my jab. I remember thinking that fight, let me use my front hand first, and we'll go from there. But immediately, tornado kick, and we landed on the ground. And I was like, okay, time to jiu-jitsu now.
Man, that was a crazy fight. I was glad to watch it. And Busta nutting. I've seen some of your fights. You had some good fights, and you put on a show, and some of your opponents will not be able to bring up that energy and match as much because they're more focused. And I was gonna ask, do you have an opponent you feel that kind of was able to match your energy out there while you were performing?
Well, my last opponent, Black Panther,
Watch that. Yeah.
He threw some lead. The only thing I didn't like is, like, every time they split us apart, I went in for like the glove touch, and he just wasn't about that glove touch. He wanted to lay leather on me, and I'm just like, fine. For the first time in the yard, I'm going to actually throw down and just throw punches and just go wild. For that, I'm just going to dance around and play on these guys.
Right. I saw you walking forward and almost like a bully mode, you know?
Okay. Oh,
yes, he is bringing smoke. Yes, he is. You are on point.
And we have a lot of fun with some. You said what?
Oh, formerly Barefisted Podcast.
Formerly. Yeah, well, I was going to say, you guys can check it out on Rumble if you ever want, because YouTube and Rumble, they got big following. It's growing a lot right now. So I'm like, hey, all right, I can dig it. So Mapache, I was curious, when you fought Sensation, I was watching this fight, and Sensation's known to be an all-around great fighter, but I'm especially wary of his kicks. Did you feel that like you kind of had to make sure your defense was on point? Because I mean, he throws them so smooth and so effortlessly. I mean,
Oh man,
and
dude.
you went out there, you banged. Let me just say, you banged.
Thank you, sir. No, man. I told my training partners I had like a week before the fight because his opponent dropped out. So he said, "Let's fight," and I said, "Okay." I told all my training partners to throw as many head kicks at me as hard as they can, and I'm gonna do my best and like look through the binoculars. Oh my god! Like my arm was all swollen after that fight. He really does send them really hard. And before that, no one really has kicked me to the head. And it was the first time feeling like the knee and shin across like my forearm and like tricep. Oh, it's a very gross feeling. Don't recommend it. Just get out the way next time. For real. Man, yeah, that was a very scary fight for real.
Exciting though. It was an exciting fight. As with all your fights, I wanted to ask both of you guys, touching on the what was just brought up previous. Busta, you had mentioned the fact that you went for a glove touch and your opponent didn't reciprocate that, right? I myself have been in fights where that happened and it kind of triggered me. I wanted to know from El Mapache as well as Busta Nutting, how do you guys go about adjusting when that sportsmanship isn't shown or that respect isn't shown?
So me, I'm always gonna touch gloves with my opponent. I'm not gonna feel any type of disrespect for any of that. I'm really focused during the fight. I don't like to get angry or nothing. Then I make mistakes. So I would like my opponent to touch my glove, but once we start, my chin is down. I'm looking through my eyebrows and I'm focused. Hopefully, they don't punch me in the face when I go to touch their glove.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I'm all about the glove touch. I've tried it every single time. Every time we got split apart, I put my hand out there for the glove touch. Even after the third time, knowing exactly what he's gonna do, I'm just like, it's natural instinct for me to put my hand out there and be like, okay, let's reset. Are you ready? Because
Right.
I mean, I'm always ready. I'm 100% ready. So even if you hit my glove out of the way, I'm back to fighting. What are you gonna do? Hit me once, and I enjoy that shit. Hit me, please do it. Unlike him, I don't have my hands up, my chin down. I'm out there to get hit.
Yeah, that's actually crazy because I have a question about that because you are on power slap, you fight, you grapple, you all that. We've talked about being able to dodge a hit, but standing there and taking a slap. I need to know what is the difference in your opinion having to, actually receive a slap, you could brace for it versus, taking a hit with the glove, whether it be 4-ounce, 12-ounce, and even if you brace for it or if it's unexpected, the difference between the two.
It's not a knee. It's not an elbow. It's just a fucking open-handed slap. I ain't scared of that. I'll eat that all day. I mean, have you seen me go down from it? Have you seen me get knocked out from that shit? No. I stand there and I eat it every time.
So with that, man, go ahead, buddy.
So I just said you're braver than I am.
With that, man, talk to us a little bit about that transition between going into power slap and then coming out of power slap and taking on these matches. How is that for you?
Well, before power slap, I had 25, 26 fights in the cage already. I went 9-8 as an amateur. I'm 2-7 as a pro in MMA.
Okay.
I don't have any boxing experience, so I was like, hey, Scrapyard is going to help me with some boxing. I can learn some boxing from it. But I mean, it's really no different than sparring in the gym. I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody in the Scrapyard, but when I'm in there, I see it just as sparring. I don't see it as a real fight or nothing. I mean, I'm not getting paid for it. I'm not really worried about getting hurt because they're 12-ounce gloves. They're not like bare fists or something crazy. It's a lot easier than MMA. I'm not worried about getting a takedown done on me, not worried about nothing getting broken. So I'm sorry, but boxing is like the easiest, least scary thing I've ever done in my life.
Facts.
That's kind of crazy because we have El Mapache who fights MMA. But if you've ever seen, like a kickboxing or boxing match as of recently, you might have seen of an El Mapoochy. I was gonna
El
say, but
Mapoochy.
yeah, how come the name changed a little bit with some of the fighting styles? Was it just for fun or?
Yeah, it was just a silly thing. I remember I made a joke about it before the Sensation fight, and then in the intro, I was like, "It's official now." El Mapoochy. If I can't grapple, it's El Mapoochy. I mean, in my MMA fights, I'm like mostly grappling, so this is like completely different person you're seeing in the only striking.
Hell yeah. And then Busta Nutting was talking about how he had an amateur record before he had gone to Power Slap and many other things. And I was going to ask you, do you have an amateur record? Because, I mean, you come out here just beast mode in these fights.
No, I do not have one yet. I plan to have an amateur fight this year, though. I want to get that started. I'm a little behind. I have a lot of street beefs fights, but no amateur record.
What's your record at Street Beefs?
Oh man! So whenever you get a draw, it's like counted as a win.
Yeah.
So I think I've had 8 fights, like 8 wins, and yeah, because they're all draw. So it's either a draw or a win.
Okay.
I haven't lost yet.
You've been in some bangers, man, with some big names. What would you say is your favorite fight, and what would you say is your hardest fight? Was your hardest fight?
Let's see. I think they're the same fight actually for both.
Okay.
It was my second fight with the Lover Boy. Oh my god, I love this dude. Like very good friends with this man. Because I was not very experienced. I only had 1 win on my record, and the first 30 seconds just let's just bang, and like those 30 seconds, I was finished. In between every round, like I would look up across the cage and be like, oh no, like how am I gonna fight this dude for another round? I'm finished. And I threw everything I had at that guy. I upkicked his face. I put him in a triangle. He escaped. I put him in another triangle. I took his back. He escaped. Oh God, it was a lot of fun, but at the same time, like my other fights maybe have been scary, but never like this where I'm like, oh God, like the death stare.
I could dig it all the way. It's like, shit. And it's kind of nice to hear that, you get some of those pre-fight nerves too. Because, I mean, being a character, sometimes people are curious if anxiety hits everybody the same way and differently. And I'm curious, and for you too, Busta Nutting, like, how do you deal with those pre-fight nerves? Because to people like me, when I watch these fights, I feel like you guys don't have any. I feel like you're just so upbeat. Your personalities are so out there that anxiety isn't really prevalent. But, I mean, I'm not you, so...
I haven't had free fight nerves since like 2014, 2015. Now I just go out there and I just do it. I mean, like I said, I've had over 25 cage fights before even stepping into the scrapyard, before even doing street beefs or anything. So when I go out there, I'm just like, I have way more experience than whoever's on the other side of me. I've been in this game a lot longer than them. So I'm here to play. I'm here to do a sparring match.
And some would ask, why? Because you got things going with Power Slap. And oftentimes we see fighters leave Street Beefs to go do Power Slap, and not the opposite, where someone's doing Street Beefs after the Power Slap.
Well, they haven't called me since Power Slap 2, so I'm just like, it's been a year. I'm not going to sit on my ass for a year and not do something. Like, so I did this. Me and Buddy V tried out for the bare knuckle. That was fun. I'm here just for the next adventure. If they want to call me back to Power Slap, I'm ready for that too. I can't sit around doing nothing.
Respect.
I could dig that all the way. And that's cool. I like that, man. Shit, you gotta stay fit. Mapache, real quick, before you started training, did you ever have any street fights?
Oh no. I'm a sweetheart. Everybody loves me. My face is cute and beautiful, so no fights in the street, no.
Nah, heck yeah, I can dig that.
That's
And
never pretty.
no,
Mhm.
I was curious because recently it was April 20th, and Scrapyard had an event on April 20th where you did fight Black Panther. I don't think the fight's out yet, but I watched it live. Yeah. I was gonna ask, one, how blazed did you guys get on 420 if you did partake? And two, what is your stance on, weed smoking with fighting and whatnot, whether it's used for recovery, for fun, or do you feel like it affects performance? Because we've had every take and then some on the show.
Yeah.
You want to start? Busted nutty?
I'm a straight edge. I am a CDL truck driver, so I do not partake in anything. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do anything. So,
Wow.
Respect.
I mean,
the
respect.
discipline, man.
I mean, you guys can do whatever you want. I mean, like as long as you guys aren't trying to do those hard drugs, I don't care. By all means, do what you want. Trip, get high, any psychedelic you want to do. Have fun with it. I mean, you're not hurting me. You're not hurting anybody else around you. Have fun doing it.
Absolutely. Hell yeah.
So this 420, unfortunately, I was very sick, so I just my sore throat. I cannot do nothing. And I do believe there's an effect with grappling when you smoke weed, because I can feel more the weight distribution that's like going around me, and I have a different relationship with pain. Like I can withstand it more, and like I'm almost observing it more rather than like experiencing it. If that makes sense. And do you know
So,
high rollers jujitsu? It's like a tournament
yep.
where
Yep.
you get like super high and super high level jujitsu people go and battle, and then you win a ton of weed if you win. I think I think it's awesome. That's like that's pretty cool. I think.
I went with a buddy one year. Definitely. That's a crazy concept, but it's incredible. It's incredible. The fact that it's real.
Yeah. Right.
You brought up grappling, which is a great transition. Watching your fights, one thing that we are going to see is the transition from stand up to a ground game. And you're one of the few fighters, man, who makes jujitsu fun. And what I mean by that is, yeah, absolutely. What I mean by that is the way you transition, the attempts that you make, as well as what we don't see oftentimes is I notice, man, you're always striking and working when you're not actually attempting the sub. You're sneaking in all types of shots. Talk to us about jujitsu for a little bit.
Okay, guys, jujitsu is like maybe very boring. It's fun to do, but it can be boring to watch. It's true. I'd like to take maybe a rest in my fights. Like I just hold the guy, give him a kiss, 2 seconds, and then okay, back to work. But I agree. Like if you're not really active, it can be boring.
Yeah.
Uh, in my fights, I'm really prefer the elbow a lot. I think it makes it like, oh shit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one can make it fun, I think.
That fight with you and the Lamb. Woo. Man.
That was a scary dude, man. That was a real scary dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Both of you guys brought in with two similar but different energies. And I mean, man, we saw the result, you know.
We actually, I think we both had our first fight in the Street Beefs the same day. But and then the next time we went to Street Beefs, we fought each other. And this one, you guys mentioned pre-fight nerves. This one, I had a good amount of that. I like went to the back. I was like, am I just gonna be a highlight reel on this dude's like his record? because the last 2 guys he fought, he knocked out a guy from Bottom Mount. And
Yeah.
he made a guy do a chicken dance. I'm like, oh no, am I next? But oh yeah, that was a very scary fight, that one. I think sometimes I have nerves, sometimes it's less. It depends who I'm fighting. If I trained a lot or trained like kinda, you know.
Man, no. Street Beefs is fun as shit, man. And I know that one of the fun ways that we can is we get to sign up to the groups. We get to kind of look through these videos and be like, man, I want to fight there. I want to this and that. What I'm curious about is how did you get into being involved with Power Slap Busta Nutting? Did you have to go through a bunch of processes, a bunch of, tryouts, or?
For Power Slap, I did I saw a post on one of the Facebook groups or one of the MMA groups I'm on Facebook, and they were looking for new people to try this new sport out. And I'm like, I've done everything. Yeah, sure. What is it? Show me what it is first. They sent me a video of it, and I was like, yeah, I can do that. That's nothing. Sure, call me up. I'll go. At first, I thought it was fake. I didn't think it was real. Thought, it's a brand new thing out there. And then as soon as I saw Dana White when I was down there, I was like, oh, wait, nope, this is fucking real. This is legit. And then I did the pre-qualifier in March 2 years ago. And then I got called back to be in the house. And since I've been in Power Slap since like the qualifier, since the beginning.
And you said you were able to live in the house for a little bit too for the season, right?
Yeah, we were in the house for 3 weeks.
Contentions rise kind of high in the house?
Oh, dude, it was crazy. All the alcohol you want, man. Friggin' Howler Head, Dana White's Howler Head. Yeah, that was. You drink a bottle of it. Next thing you know, there's 2 more bottles right there. Like, yeah, the people behind the scenes just keep placing more and more alcohol out there. Like, they want you to get drunk. They want something. It's good for TV.
Yeah.
But again, I don't drink or anything, so I wasn't as entertaining as a lot of them.
It's like the first, the UFC Tough House, where they're all getting wasted and they're pulling pranks on each other. They're kicking doors. They're like, what?
Oh, yeah. It was crazy. One of the guys actually got removed from the house like day 2, and you don't see him in the season or nothing at all. Like, he is unheard of now. He was removed.
Jesus. Yeah, you got to fuck up big time. Damn. Especially for, if they're looking for drama and you fuck up so bad, they take you off. Man, I'm like, tell me who this, I can stay away. No.
Alcohol is no bueno.
You say what?
Alcohol is no bueno. It changes your mind.
Yeah, right. No kidding. Mapache, would you ever do a power slap or bare knuckle if something like that had came up with your background, or would you prefer to keep it with gloves, wraps, and everything else?
Man, MMA is dangerous enough. You guys are really tough to be doing that stuff. Oh my God. Oh man, I cannot do it. I don't know. Maybe if I become rich and famous, I'll do a couple, like maybe once or twice. But any more than that is gonna be too freaky for me.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, there's a lot of UFC stars that crossed over, and I mean, like Mike Perry's selling tickets like crazy.
That's true.
Bare knuckle MMA.
That's game bread, right?
Oh yeah.
Next level, man.
Yeah, at least in the street, I know the average guy isn't trained, so I know I'm probably kicking their ass, so I'm good.
What do y'all think of the game bread bare knuckle MMA?
I do it.
Yeah. Savage.
I have not heard much about this one. It's just MMA with no glove.
Yep.
I believe, yeah.
That's
so you should check 4 ounces. It's not bad.
Sounds wild.
If you can grab it fully, sometimes you can just hug the guy. Okay.
The only thing we have to worry about is those knuckles cutting that face of yours.
Yeah, I imagine the damage is a lot worse. At least the the scrapes, scratches, and bruises and stuff. You know.
I'll allow maybe a scar that's like a line like this, very beautiful anime-esque. I'll allow that. Anything more too much, please.
Kano style.
Yeah, something freaky.
Right.
I wanted to ask Busta Nutting, man. I didn't realize you had such a extensive fight career prior to Power Slap and Street Beefs. With that being said, man, what drew you to fighting in general? What made you want to pursue this type of path?
Hilarious. So I was walking home from work one day, and I must have been like 21 years old, walking home from work. There's a new building, right? Like I see people moving into a building. I'm like, I wonder what this building is. I walk in there, it's an MMA gym, and I'm like, hey, I want somebody to kick my ass. Can I sign up here? And ever since day one of me signing up for that gym, I've been doing MMA ever since. I was at a Livewire MMA and Fitness under Matt Coble, and ever since then, I've just enjoyed the MMA game. I fell in love right away.
And I guess to be a little specific, jumping into, because it's one thing to see something and want to jump into the gym and get to training, you know, test it out, try it out. But to go and compete, that's another level, right? So
One
what
month after I signed up, I had my first fight. I ended up fighting 38 seconds. My first 4 MMA fights all ended by knockout. And then,
holy shit.
But like I said, this is like right after I got out of the army is when I signed up for MMA and stuff.
Got you.
So I still had that military grunt mentality. And since then, I've humbled myself and calmed down a little bit.
Comes with age a little bit too, you know. So it's like a little more mellow, and because I know I used to be a little bit more out there. Now I'm like, I'm a little more reserved once in a while. You know, sometimes I bite my tongue, and I'm like,
You're just calling me an old man in a very nice way.
oh,
no. Hey, we all maturing, bro. That's the goal. That's the progression. You know.
Exactly. What about you, Mapache? How'd you get into fighting?
So I told this story before. I saw Beach fighting at Street Beefs, like on the YouTube videos, and I was like a white belt in jiu-jitsu, and I was like, oh my god, he's choking people out. I could do this. I could totally get into that and like do that. It's a lot harder than it looks. Like Beach made it look easy, but they give you some trouble. The people don't let them they don't allow you to get the choke sometimes. And yeah, that's how I got started. He inspired me. Now I've trained with him a couple times. It's like a dream. It's awesome.
Hell yeah. What the heck?
Beach is one of those OG yard legends for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like his fights. When I watch him fight, I was like, hell yeah. My favorite, okay. So not everyone's seen the fight, but when he came to the Scrapyard, I forgot the other fighter's name, but I'll never forget they were doing some grappling. They turned around and his hand like slipped across, and all of a sudden you just hear Beach go, "You stick your fingers in my ass?" Turns around, like stops everything he's doing, does like a 180, gets on his back, feet back, and just bam! Both feet square in his chest and sent him flying off him. I was just like, damn! Yeah, that was crazy. That was, but as you can imagine.
Dude, they really did that to him?
Yeah, I was watching the replay and I was like, oh, it was an accident, but it still happened.
My boy said, no, did he?
So I was gonna ask you, both of you, with being high-level fighters, people don't realize the amount of energy that it takes to even step in the ring, let alone that first round, second round, but keep up a certain energy, a certain vibe. I was kind of gonna ask you guys what your training was like to prepare for fights, and even when you're kind of on the off season, if you still maintain a regular routine or if you just take it easy. Mapache?
Oh, so I do so much training. Oh my God. Some days like 5 hours training, grappling, lifting, striking. But man, my body can't deal with that shit no more. God, I have knee injury. Now I'm like very studious. I study a lot and then I like write notes down and I'm like, for this spar or roll, I'm gonna do these things and I'm super focused. I realized that I can't just be tough and just do a trillion rounds because my joints and muscles give out apparently. Lame, but
Hey, you using key words right now. I gotta ask, bro, how old are we?
Huh?
How old are we? You're using some key words right
No.
now. That
Oh, are you asking me how old I am?
yeah.
No, I'm 24. Yeah, just turned 24.
Oh man, you in your prime, bro.
Yeah,
You in your
we are.
prime. Huh?
But listen, I feel it already.
I'm sitting over here at 33, bro. I really, man, I wish I was 24, bro. Shit, but you know what? Recovery is key. Recovery is key. A lot of times we forget about that, especially when we're young. You know, but oh man, yeah, the joints and limbs.
Using a lot of keywords. That's a funny way to say it.
Oh yeah, yeah. You the joints, the knees. I said, hold on, man.
Yeah.
You in my age bracket? Shoot,
Yeah,
y'all know
I'm
what I'm
doing
talking
single leg
about, buddy.
squats. Yeah, exactly. I do single leg squats and all sorts of stuff, and I'll still go to bend over, do something. What the man? Like, come on. I'm staying good. I eat my veggies right now.
And
Dude.
I live upstairs. Every time I go downstairs, knees, ankles, toes. That brings up a good question. Major injuries. Let's talk about it. Have we had any major injuries, and what were they? Both you guys.
My second pro fight, MMA, I took the guy down. I did an inside trip. I landed right in his guard. He tried pulling up an arm bar. I broke out of the arm bar. He transitioned, he tried to throw up a triangle. I broke out of the triangle and he transitioned it straight into an arm bar. And next thing I know, my elbow goes pop, pop, pop. And I'm like, oh, there goes my arm. I'm done. And sadly, I'll tell you this. Since that fight, I've been gun shy ever since that fight. I broke the bottom bone that connects like the top of the arm to the bottom of the arm. That part broke. I tore tendons, tore the muscle. I was out for, I want to say, about 9 to 10 months.
Damn. That's bones and tendons. Jeez, 10 months. You got a good recovery system, but Jesus, I
mean, I probably should have tapped.
Maybe.
Maybe just a little bit. I was gonna say, when the adrenaline kicked in, did you even feel it then, or like, were you just right? Did it kick in? You're like, holy shit!
No, my arm was like back here, like laying on the canvas. Like my mom gets out of her seat, runs to the side of the cage, and I'm like, I think I broke my arm. they come like put the sleeve thing on it, blow it up to make sure it doesn't move at all. And it wasn't until I was at the hospital where I was like, so can I get some like pain meds while I'm here? Like it's starting to hurt. Like the adrenaline's finally gone.
Oh man,
That's a major injury.
Crazy.
Damn. Mapache?
Nothing crazy. I did get my face broken though in my fight with Dragonborn. It's not on video, and I know you guys are looking at my face. It looks perfect, I know, but it's not on video. The cameraman, he lets the ref get in front of it, face gets broken, and then that was round 1. We keep fighting. I wanted to get my Corona with lime after the fight, go to Buffalo Wild Wings and eat wings. That was my plan. It was like throbbing pain, and I was like, let me just deal with it. But then my face started to get a little numb, and I was like, no, I have to go. And it was an orbital bone fracture. It's from an elbow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The mistake I would make sometimes in the morning, just wake up. I would like just brush my eye, and my brain would send crazy signals like, don't do that. Something's really messed up. Don't touch it at all.
Yeah, that was a crazy fight too.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, I feel like my broken bone's lame compared to you guys. I broke a bone in my hand, but you're like, I got my face broken. You're like, my whole arm's just cracked. Like, damn.
Right.
You guys are beasts.
Oof.
I couldn't imagine that, man. But so, with that being said, you guys are paving ways. You see yourself, because we've gone pro. I mean, what are some of your plans for the future, Busta Nutting and Mapache? You think you're just gonna try to go pro in just MMA, or go pro in a couple different areas or disciplines, or?
I mean, for me, it's next stop is continue doing this power slap if they call me back, and then from there see what bare knuckle says. Get my name out there, see what they say. Let's have some fun with it. I'm done with MMA though. MMA is on the back burner. I retired from that in 2019.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Power slap, y'all need to get my boy back. You got to call him up. You got to call him up, harass him, remind him. You know what I'm saying? But it's outrageous. It's a catastrophe.
I'll talk about that in a few more minutes. I'll let him go right now.
Power slap needs Busta Nutting.
Give him the right name too, man. No Juggernaut. Nothing.
Yeah.
Give him the right name.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The return. That's all right. If Power Slap don't jump on it, Bare Knuckle gonna see it and go for it,
Oh yeah.
So for me, I think I'm gonna focus pro for MMA. I think if I start being like pro here, pro there, maybe it's gonna I'm gonna just not go anywhere at all. But I'm gonna focus MMA now, and maybe when I retire there, I'll take some bare knuckle fight or something like this.
Dang! Oh, I'm gonna be watching all you guys' fights regardless. So I mean, no matter what y'all do, I'm gonna be watching. So hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But before you go to the next step, I was gonna ask, would either of you guys maybe travel to some other yards too? Because that's one of our favorites. The unlockable stages of all the street beefs, especially the West Coast cages.
Yeah.
Would you go?
Me? Oh yeah, I want to go visit you guys. I saw Sensation. I think you went to West Coast. I'm not sure which one he went to.
Yeah, he went to West Coast.
Yeah, I want to go visit all you guys. This is very cool stuff. I mean, Street Beefs is like one of a kind. I want to check them all out.
Any matchups?
I've not watched too many of the West Coast Scrapyard fights, so I don't have any matchup in my head. But I know you guys have some killers over there. So just I don't remember the name, but I saw a couple where I was like, thank God they're not in the OG yard. Oh.
Busta?
I think you'd be good for Matty Ice.
OG yard's kind of far away. West Coast yard ain't too bad. I could probably do that. But there is one Street Beefs fighter that I really wanted to fight since way before I even got into this. Is the Afghanistan, the guy from the OG yard,
Iraqi Assassin?
Huh?
Iraqi Assassin?
Yeah, that one. The Iraqi Assassin. I've been watching him fight forever. I know how many wins he has and everything. I've been wanting, I was like, he'd be fun to go boxing. So I'm not sure if he boxes. I know he does MMA, but
He boxes too. Yeah, he's got some. He does almost every style.
All of it.
He's a really solid dude, man.
Yeah,
that'd be a good match.
For sure.
There was a video of him talking one time. He was talking about how back in his homeland and stuff, how like he watched some people get shot and killed and this and that. He's like, so it's a blessing to be able to fight and live. And I was like, holy shit. And I saw his weight, and I'm like, you're not too far from me. Let me make sure if I'm around you, I'm dieting. Let me make sure I'm eating less. Yeah, hell no.
Yeah, he's a monster for sure. For sure. Real quick, I wanted to bring up, man. I've been a practitioner of Jeet Kune Do for a bit, and I see the poster of Bruce Lee in the back. What's up, man? We a fan of Mr. Lee, or is it just the movie?
Dragon, yeah.
Okay.
100% a fan of the Dragon. Bruce Lee is amazing.
Yeah.
Also, I'm Washington State, so like, gotta hold the love and everything.
Damn. See, martial arts is crazy because it really takes a mentality. It changes. You can see the difference between people who are just fighters and people who are actually martial artists and who take it to a different level. And part of it is being selfless in a certain degree. And I was actually gonna say, busting nutting, weren't you doing something to help somebody as of recently? You were donating you were donating something.
So
I don't want to say.
There's a 16-month-old girl who is in need of a new liver, and I went down there last month to do all my blood tests and imaging and everything, and I'm 100% perfect match for her. So May 14th, I head back over there, and I'm giving her 25% of my liver, and I will. Yeah, that's about where I'm at right now on that. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, it'll put me out for about 3 months, but I mean, hey, I'm saving a life, and dude, I'm giving somebody a piece of my liver. Like my liver's gonna live way longer than I am now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Damn. No, I had to make sure to say something because it's truly amazing what sometimes people can do. And you're a great person, man. Like I said, you both are amazing, both outside the cage, in the cage, everything in between. I mean, yeah, it's phenomenal. Mapache, do you think what are some of your disciplines, or would you ever try to step out and learn anything else if it was for fun, nothing serious or anything else like that? I don't know. Maybe get some capoeira or something. I don't know.
Oh, like a different martial art.
Yeah,
is what you mean. Oh, yeah. Capoeira is very beautiful too. I need to try this one. Right now, I need to get my wrestling and my boxing up, I think. But I do want to go into those like more like lesser known martial arts or like lesser practice, I guess. Because then when you bring out some unorthodox like shit, it always ends up working. I swear. I've done the dragon punch a couple times, like this one, and it's landed like almost every time. It's just so like the opponent's just like, what,
I throw it. I do it too a lot.
It's good. It's good. You guys do it in the next fight, guys. Whenever you fight, drop it. Bare knuckle fight. Whoosh.
I've done it too.
I also throw the Hadouken a lot too.
Hmm?
The Shoryuken, I do that a lot too. Jump up with it, spin around.
Damn, I gotta step my resume up.
Yeah, man. We throwing video game attacks and shit, bro. Shit.
Hell yeah. I was gonna say, unfortunately, we've gotten close to the time where I'm gonna have to start being the bearer of bad news, and we're gonna have to sort of wrap up some of these segments. So I was gonna ask Samke, did you have any final questions for our guests? Because I did have one after.
Nah, man. I think we ran through some great questions tonight, man. And if you guys want to say anything else, or if you guys want to just jump straight to your plugins, now's the time.
Just I want to give a shout out to my gym, Rock Solid Martial Arts. That's You can find me on any social media if you want, Jesse Busta Nutting or Jesse Nutting, depending on which one it is. That's pretty much it. For me, that's the only shout outs I got.
Hell
Okay, I have a shout out too. I have stuff. Hello, everybody. Follow my Instagram. Make me rich and famous. El Mapache MMA. I love you, Mom. I love you a lot. I love you, Dad, brother, sister, brother again. All my cousins. What else? What else? I guess if you need, I can dug it for you real quick. Holy shit! Get it! Oh.
In the exclusive
Yeah,
merch. In the exclusive Street
in the
Beefs
merch.
merch.
Feast your eyes, guys. Feast your eyes. Okay, enough. Thank you. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Wait, I just noticed you cut your hair. When'd you cut your hair?
Yeah. I had like knee injury a little bit, so I said now's the perfect time to cut my hair. I have a piece of it. I'm actually like I have a couple strands. I'm selling it on my OnlyFans. If you want to buy, I probably should have put that in the plug-in. If you need it, I can give you a couple pieces for like $20. For $20, you can get a couple pieces of my used long hair. It's very valuable and it's a limited edition. You need to get it right away.
Hell yeah. Man, thank you both, man. Y'all killed it tonight.
Absolutely. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate your time. And you guys have a great night.
You too.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
guys.
sir.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I always hate being the bearer of bad news every time.
Hey, man, every story has to have a little villain at times, you know? It's
True, fair enough.
you know. But man, great combos as always, you know. But the show isn't over, is it?
Not quite. Don't go anywhere. Don't move your seat.
It's funny, yeah. Like I wouldn't even say we're influenced by 90s music as much as I would just say we're influenced by good music. You know, I think we're very genre diverse. You know, like we're not really fixated on one particular era or genre of music. I think we just kind of and you know, it shows in our music too that we kind of take the elements of whatever that we do enjoy and try to put it together some way or another. And I think that's true for all of our music.
Musically, would you call yourself polyamorous?
Polyamorous. I like that.
Oh, that's unique. I haven't heard that one.
We're gonna start using that, Jay, on all our like files and stuff like that.
If I was y'all, not trying to be funny, I would probably make that the name of a song or an album.
That's good. I like that. It's kind of like a
cool idea. Album and every song is a different genre.
I'm putting that in our bio right now.
I have my moment. What's up, everybody? It's Jay from Yankee and the Brit bringing you some exciting news. King Palms and Yankee and the Brit are teaming up together to give you an amazing deal. Head over to kingpalm.com, use promo code KPYNB to save 20% off your entire order. That's right, 20% off your entire order just by using the promo code KPYNB. If you want to enhance your smoking experience, King Palms has you covered. Innovative designs, premium quality, and they're all natural. So make sure you go over to kingpalm.com and use the promo code KPYNB at checkout to save 20% off your entire order.
Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
You know, we always start the Scrapyard with Chaos. Now, this is because she's a female fighter. She actually had a good time in the cage, and you can see she had to dig deep. If you look closely in that third round, you can see that with every punch, she's giving it her all. When she gets hit, she's taking it with her all. And you can see she's digging deep to fight, to finish that round, to earn that win. And she definitely earned the fight. She earned the win. Please go check out the fighter Chaos. I want to see her back in the cage. Street Beefs West Coast, Vampiro. Now, I was watching this fight, and him and his opponent both were 0-0. So coming out, I was really excited to see. And his style and his opponents, I was very curious to see who was going to last more. Vampiro ended up impressing me a bit more with some of his footwork and the way he fought. And I thought, wow, this is a good fight to watch. And I wonder what would happen if he really tuned into some of these skills and tuned into some extra combos. Because then if he refined a few things, then man, woo, that'd be a lethal weapon right there. So, Vampiro, I want to see you come out. I want to see some more fights. From the OG yard, we have Blaziken. That was, man, let me just say, he fights like the Pokemon because his kicks were quick, they were loud, they were hard, they were on point, and he comes with the fire, which you're gonna get a little something later, but you gotta wait. No, but man, it's Blaziken was a killer fighter. I definitely recommend you go check out his fights, and you will not be disappointed. And we usually do 3, but now we're going to the Dirty South. Sploof. Now, this was a fun fighter to watch because when I talk about digging deep, that's kind of the reoccurring theme you see here. And man, let me tell you, there was a point when he got an 8 count, and even the Diesel, shout out Diesel, was the ref. He ended up having to ask him, "Do you want to continue?" And Sploof had to dig deep. He was like, "I want to go. I want to keep going." And he went through. Not only did he finish the round, but he ended up coming out and he ended up getting a win, which goes to show that sometimes your opponent is just as tired as you are. How hard are you willing to work for it? Who wants it more? And how deep are you willing to dig? So those are my 4 fighters to watch.
Yeah, those are some great picks, man. Great picks as always. I seen all those guys fight, so I can definitely vouch for that, man. Fire picks, I might say. Yeah, Sound K and the Fire 5. We're going to start things off at the Street Beefs OG yard. You've seen both of these guys come on the show before to promote this fight right here. Title match, Afro Samurai versus Hitman Hamilton. Man, 5 rounds of boxing. This is a technician versus a puncher, boxer versus brawler, and styles makes fights every single time. Yeah, man, storylines make fights as well. These guys leading up to the fight, there was a lot of back and forth, talking between these two, and they met up in the center of the ring and they got to it. Both men came to bang, jabs, overhands, slips, and even in the fight, a little bit of trash talk. Everything you want to see in a firefight. Street Beefs OG yard, Afro Samurai versus Hitman Hamilton. Yeah, this is another firefight. We're moving on to Street Beef Scrapyard. If you're trying to look this title up or this fight up, there's the title on the screen. This fight is between Ginja Ninja versus Universal. This is big boy boxing. A lot of heart, a lot of will, a lot of determination, all on display in this fight. Both of these guys throwing a lot of punches. The punch volume was pretty high in this fight, and we got a lot of back and forth, a lot of great moments. And man, these guys were throwing bombs the entire time, all 3 rounds. And in the end, we got a turnaround, a surprising turnaround. Everything you want to see in a firefight. Street Beef Scrapyard, Ginja Ninja versus Universal. Yeah, moving on. You see it. Street Beefs West Coast. The Hated Native versus Big D. Again, heavyweight big boy boxing. These guys came out and they were throwing big shots. I mean, no pun intended. All 3 rounds. These guys put the heart on the line, and they gave us a fire fight, point blank. I mean, you see the thumbnail. I mean, look at that. These boys was, yeah, they was banging. Street Beefs West Coast, the Hated Native versus Big D, firefight. Yeah, moving on. Taking you back to Street Beef's OG yard. Haymaker versus Buzzsaw. Once again, styles makes fights, and these guys brought in two different styles, and they made for a great fight. Both of these guys have a lot of potential. I want to see them come back to the yard. Uh, it's one of those situations where you have a puncher versus a puncher. So we got to see a lot of haymakers in this fight. Yeah, Haymaker lived up to his name as well as Buzzsaw. And as we say every episode, cardio is key. Cardio is key. Along with cardio, pacing is key. Pacing is key. Street Beef's OG yard, Haymaker versus Buzzsaw firefight. Yeah, and finally, we're going to end it in Street Beef Scrapyard. Street Beef Scrapyard's Doughboy versus Yupon. Another great boxing match. Nice, clean, technical boxing. Good sportsmanship between these two. We saw a lot of counters, a lot of combinations, a lot of body shots, and a lot of flurries. In the end, we had a great finish. Street Beef Scrapyard, Doughboy versus Yupon, Somke and the Firefight.
Yeah, that was straight fire.
Appreciate it. Yeah, man. Great fights, great replay value, as always.
As always. But man, yeah, I had a blast. We had our 2 fun segments, but being the bad guys at about that time.
It's about that time, man. You know how it is, man. Go ahead and get the shout outs out the way. Definitely want to thank our guests tonight. 2 phenomenal guests. We couldn't have done it without you guys. As always, Busta Nutting, thank you, sir. And El Mapache, thank you as well. Audience, you guys, if you haven't checked out these guys' fights, please do. Busta Nutting and El Mapache, great fighters, entertaining fights. I want to thank the people watching us right now, the people in the comment section. We appreciate you. People watching us on replay, we appreciate you. Shout out to Street Beef's OG Yard, Street Beef's Scrapyard, Street Beef's West Coast, and Street Beef's Dirty South. We do this for you guys. Yeah, if you guys haven't liked and subscribed, please do. The show is all about showing love, and we'd appreciate it as well. I want to thank Buddy V, greatest co-host as always, bro. Jay, greatest producer as always, bro. And yeah, man, if you guys are trying to check for me, I'm here every Tuesday, same time, same place.
Yeah. Well, shit, we can only kill it. Shout out to zwellworld.com. As you see, the spring releases there. Some of the shirt is only limited edition. The hard work, grit, determination will permanently be on the site, but the limited edition Jaguar print and the hand-painted ones are only for spring. When those are done, when summer starts, you will not find them again. There'll be some new merch out, but those ones are gone. So make sure you get them while you can. Yeah. The Instagram is Zwell_BuddyV. Make sure you check that out too. Lots of fun times in there. Zwell. It's always a fun time around here. And we always like to have a good time drawing our own images, making stuff for other people, supporting up-and-coming fighters. I've had fighters that wear my merch all the way from the BKFC, all the way down to Street Beefs, and even a couple other organizations too. So, And if you don't believe me, I even have a picture of Kai Stewart, current featherweight BKFC world champion, rocking my Zwell merch. So, I'm just saying. But thank you guys very much. Thank you, Somke. Thank you, Jay. You guys are part of what makes my Tuesday super awesome. Everyone there in the audience, come on, we can't do it without y'all. And yeah, last shout out to Zwell because, that's who I am. That's what I do. Hard work, grit, determination. Want to show you whatever it is you do in life, you could do it to the fullest of your ability. And as you saw in the intro video, I'm a living example of you get punched in the face and get back up. Because I'm the modern day Aztec warrior. So in Jay's famous words, we always on the show, one world, one love, deuces.